I just got back from checking out Jeepers Creepers Reborn, or Jeepers Creepers 4. It's the 4th movie in the Jeepers Creepers franchise, but it's also a soft reboot of sorts. I wouldn't consider this a full-blown reboot, but it definitely does try to bring a new direction to the story, at least a little. It's directed by Timo Verensala and written by Sean Michael Argo. And the big buzz was that it was going to go away from the whole previous director, the creator of Jeepers Creepers. It was going to go away from him, so hopefully we could actually enjoy these movies now without feeling like we're supporting that, that guy for what he did. I don't like to talk about him, and I'm not going into all that, but if you want, you can look it up. It's very, very documented, the piece of shit he is. But anyway, so let's get to this movie. So I went into this with very low expectations. Like, me and a friend were talking earlier, and it was basically like, as bad as 3 was, it can't really get worse. So worst case scenario, it's just another one like Jeepers Creepers 3. This movie said, yeah, let me show you how bad we can get. This honestly was way worse than Jeepers Creepers 3. This is not going to be my normal reviews where I worry about spoilers. I'm just going to talk about this movie, but I'm going to warn you up front. This movie is awful. Don't give it your money. Don't waste your time. I just told a friend I wouldn't even stream it for free. I swear to you, this is a huge waste of time. Unless you want to get a group of friends and get some beers and just bomb and shit all over it and laugh at it. But even then, it's boring. So it would even be hard to do that because it's just a boring movie. It's uninspired, horrible script. The acting is awful. So yeah, let's just get more into this. So it starts out with literally recapping the first movie, that whole famous scene where the brother and sister are driving along in the car and the creeper comes up in his awful beating you van, truck, whatever. They redo that with these 2 old people, and it's really weird. Like, I'm not sure what they were thinking or what they were trying to go for with it. It's just awkward and strange. And it redoes that scene, but nowhere near as well. It's boring. It doesn't have any of the interesting, creepy elements. And then it shows it as that was a TV movie or like a reenactment kind of thing of the original. I don't know. But then they talk about these different characters that are... and yeah, I don't know, man. It doesn't make sense, but it left me going, what the hell? I am in for trouble right now because... it's so bad, just the cold open, that you know right away what you're in for. The way it's shot and just the overall way it looks is so bad. It reminded me of like a made-for sci-fi movie, but honestly not even at that level. It's kind of along the lines of something like Octopus versus Giant Mecha Shark or some crazy shit like that. Like, it just has this sheen, crappy, low-budget way of being shot. The camera work is poor. I feel bad because I generally don't review movies if I dislike them. Like if it's a little bit, I'll tell you, but I just kind of shy away from movies I really don't like because I just feel bad shitting on a movie when I know these people, they have passion, man. They're putting a lot of work into this. Like, there are people that really cared about this project, I'm sure, and really busted their asses on this project. So, I don't know, man. It's hard for me to shit on people, but I gotta be honest, and I gotta warn you guys about this and let you guys know what's up with it. So, I don't want people going out there wasting $15 like I did. I wasted $15 to see this movie. Plus, another $15-20 in popcorn and soda and all, Yeah, so... but just the way it looks, the way it's shot, so bad. Just has this really bad look to it. Then the lighting. The lighting is probably my biggest issue with this entire movie. Because, yeah, the cast is uninspired. The chemistry between the actors is really, really bad. The script is horrible. The dialogue is just atrocious. But the lighting, man. The lighting is so bad. There's no shadows. There's no creepiness. A lot of this movie, like the vast majority of it, is way too bright to have any real mood or creepy factor. So there's literally no tension built whatsoever for this entire movie. Like, the thing that had me saying stuff out loud, and I kept feeling bad because I'm like, I was biting my tongue the best I could. There was a few times when I just couldn't do it and I said things out loud. But the thing that really blew me away is it's nighttime. They go into this creepy house, right? Where the creeper attacks them. And anyway, so they go into this creepy old house and it's total nighttime. And yet through the whole part of the house, which is a huge part of this movie, you see bright light coming through all the, like where the wood is splitting and where there's gaps in the walls going to the outside. And I kept being like, where's this light coming from? And then I was like, okay, well, maybe just without showing time passing, it just jumped to now being daytime outside, because that's the only thing I could think of, because there's a ton of light. I mean, there's like sun coming in from like a skylight above them, all this, right? Then they get outside and it's still nighttime, yet the lady is standing there in this like bright lights on her. So it's obvious that there's external lighting, that they're lighting this. It's obviously these artificial lights. It's like, God, how do you guys not see that? The whole thing, like the vast majority of it, is done on green screen, and it looks so bad. The characters are so disconnected from it because it's so obviously shot on green screen. And I know this is done during the pandemic, and I know that was tough, but tone things back, guys. Pull things back. Don't have a million actors, a million different sets, like all these props, like, you know. And that was the other thing. The props, everything looks so cheap and shitty, but yet they had a billion of them, and I never get that in movies. When you have so many people acting and you have all these, you know, side characters and all, it was like, why? You know, use that same budget to just get good stuff. Don't go with a huge quantity of things when you could just have a couple good things. And then that gets me to my biggest gripe, my two biggest gripes with this entire movie. I know I said the lights were, but I keep thinking of more stuff, but these two things that just were completely a deal breaker for me, because as stupid as everything looked, as dumb as the acting and script is and all of that, right? I can still enjoy it if these two things are there. Gore and the creeper looks badass, right? Those were atrocious. Those two things were just amazing. I mean, it was literally, you'd have to try hard to be this bad. Like, there's almost no gore in it, and when they do show gore, they're very much cutting away with just little glimpses of it. You'd think, okay, if you're gonna be a cheap, shitty, cheesy movie, then at least have like over the top gore, but they didn't, because it was like this movie was trying to be a serious, scary horror movie that just failed miserably at it. It wasn't self-aware at all. Nobody in this movie, involved in this movie, was realizing how bad this movie they were making was. And that's depressing, because if they had you could at least have some campy fun in there, but it didn't even have that. And it is just, and then the way the creeper looked, oh my God. They show him at first crawling out of the ground because he's been gone for all these years, and it's broad daylight, completely well lit, and yet it's the worst cheap, shitty makeup you've ever seen. They could have went to Spirit Halloween and bought a Jeepers Creepers mask, and I swear to God, it would have looked better than this crap. Then once he is the creeper, he gets even worse. His face looks even worse. He doesn't look like the creeper. He looks like some weird, mutated something pretending to be the creeper. God, this movie. It's been a long time since I've seen a movie that made me this angry and made me this frustrated. And I swear to God, I don't say this because I enjoy everything, man. I'm the guy that just finds some quality in everything. But I don't know if I could find a single positive thing about this movie. I swear to you, I genuinely hated this movie. I hated it. It was boring, uninspired, not fun in any way. This movie sucks so bad. And I apologize to anybody out there involved with this movie, because I know you guys tried, and I've never done shit, okay? I don't make movies, but I gotta call it as I see it. And this movie is horrible. It's so bad. It's so bad. I know I just went on like a tangent, but it's partly too because I just came off of doing a review of Barbarian, and then after that I just saw Pearl, and those movies were incredible. And I didn't expect this movie to be good. I actually expected it to be bad. But I don't think anything, even all this tirade I've gone on, I don't think anything can prepare you for how bad this movie is. This movie, ugh. I feel exhausted from just, yeah. And it's weird because I'm feeling so Halloween, like it's raining for the first time here in California in a long time. And it's got this cool autumn fall vibe going on. I'm seeing Halloween around me. I got cookies and coffee to have like a, little warm snack, and I'm feeling all the spirits, and going into the movie, I was feeling the Halloween spirit too. And I did enjoy being out there with all my fellow horror fans, because I thought I was watching the movie all by myself, but luckily right before the movie started, people started coming in, and it ended up being a decent crowd. And to a man, everybody left this movie hating it. It's bad, guys. It's really, really bad. And it's playing in theaters for a few days. If you want to go see it, just, but I'm just warning you right now, don't waste your money. Anyway, that's going to do it for me today. Thank you so much for checking this out. I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons, because you guys mean so much to me. And if you would like to find out more about becoming a patron, the link is down in the description. Like always, thank you so much for watching. Please crush that like button. And remember, guys, horror can be fun. I will see you guys next time.